And the kind of things which can support a person with mental health difficulties to achieve recovery are having work, having a home of their own, living a full life. These are the very things that people with disabilities want in order to be able to live a full and independent life.
I must say I really enjoyed the whole day, and I can't get over the feeling of goodwill towards change, and I think that is so important. It was so well worth coming to.
The conference, I found it was excellent, and in fact it was a wee bit daunting, particularly for people with Down syndrome or Down Syndrome Ireland, when we realise the amount of work that we have to do. We have to make progress in a lot of these areas of independent living. But certainly it was very thought-provoking. It gave me some good ideas to go forward, and I really enjoyed it.
I found the afternoon discussions very good. In particular, Eddie Malloy and Brendan Broderick, I thought got to the heart of how you get from A to Z and what are the leadership issues.
Within the disability and mental health sector, we spend an awful lot of time in our own area of it, and we don't hear that it's actually the same issues that someone with a mental health need or a visual impairment has, to be independent, to have opportunities. So I thought that's what was quite strong about it.
The ability to draw together such a range of people who actually have the power to make the changes that are being looked for, and at the same time given the space for people with disabilities who have organised full and independent lives for themselves. From my own point of view, I would have loved to see an advocate up there speaking about the advocate's role in drawing together the services that people need. Other than that, I had a great day. I thought it was very well organised, very well run, very interesting.
I'm working in the Centre for Disability Law and Policy, and my kind of job is looking at kind of comparative perspectives of what's happening in other jurisdictions. But in reality, there's no kind of holy grail, of these amazing models elsewhere, that every jurisdiction is struggling. So I think it's very important to kind of show that in Ireland that there are positive examples of kind of change, and it's a case of kind of developing that dynamic of trying to kind of share that learning across different organisations, across all of the different stakeholders.
I thought speakers were really, really good. They were very informative and showed us what the future of Ireland is going to look like. So well done to all involved.
The real life experiences punctuated the message very, very forcefully. It was an excellent way of providing a framework for us all to understand where we are and where we need to go. The message built throughout the day, and I thought the wrap-up and some of the final speakers, John O'Dea, Brendan Broderick, and then Eddie Malloy's framework at the end of how we actually progress, was very forceful. It was good to come away from the conference with something that is potentially positive for all of us to use, to move and make the realisation of equal citizenship a reality.
I feel today was hugely beneficial educational wise, and the main focus of the whole conference being the person-centred care that's been provided, and the changing of the legislation at a national level, and the inception of this new thinking will only benefit the care of the people with disabilities, both intellectual and physical.
I found particularly the presentation from the parent from Denmark to be really, really enlightening, and he really spoke my language, about looking at the person rather than look at the disability and what could be achieved.
Today was a great event, and it really put the emphasis back where I think it needs to be. People with disabilities and mental health problems telling us, the supposed providers, what it is that we need to do. And I think today should help us to refocus our efforts and our resources where it really matters, and help people with disabilities to form the sort of lives that they need.
From a service user's perspective, it's good to see that all the stakeholders are coming together, service providers, the HSE and also the government departments, And I think the more conferences we have of this will bring change in the future.
I really enjoyed it and it was brilliant.
There is nobody better than the service user himself or herself, the person with the disability or the mental health issue. They're the people that can put the case compellingly in a way that none of the rest of us can. And John Murtagh and Don Bailey and Dylan, Kevin Kennedy, Avon Foley and Dermot Ring have allowed us into their lives today and given us insights into what is helpful for them. And I think they and others like them are the best and the most informed people to guide us on this journey.